I've said this before on the floor several times. The last session, I don't know if the freshmen have heard me say this or not, but I live and represent the most diverse district in this state. Our high school has over 70 languages spoken. There are 5 mosques in my district. There are numerous Buddhist temples and a brand new, very elaborate one being built at this time. There's a Jewish cemetery. There are Catholic churches. There are Assembly of God churches. There are, and over on the east side are the Mormons. We continue to enact policies that separate us rather than unite us. And I'd like to remind us that our basic motto is united we stand, divided we fall.
But I have to tell you that my religion and my faith that I hold so very true to me is between me and my God. And the reason why I'm voting against this bill is because I want to respect the people who have elected me again and again and again, who ask me and who beg me, please remember that there shall be a separation of church and state. Obviously, we have seen the emotions that have come up in this body today.
We all know good and well this is going to be great. You're going to get to go home and say we're going to teach the Bible in class again, and isn't this all swell? You know this is going to be challenged in court, and you know what the state of Missouri is going to lose. I wish I could have offered my amendment that added every religion, that said if you're going to teach the Bible, you have to teach 2 other sacred texts at least. Maybe that would have prevented it, because our young people need to know this history and how those books lead to me being discriminated against, how they led to the Twin Towers falling, how they led to people being enslaved, and also how they can encourage us to be better people. They need all of that.
My grandmother has a saying, do not let your pride mess up your judgment. We are all prideful in our religion, in our practices. But the correct judgment right now is opening our eyes. Opening our eyes. And accepting the fact that, you know what? There are other religions out here that speak to the historical context, and we should be learning. We should be learning, not condemning, not pushing away. We should be learning.
But in 2017, there was a bill that came on the floor that took away the city of St. Louis's minimum wage and Kansas City's minimum wage that they had voted by the will of the people to raise in their areas. And the main argument from the other side of this aisle was that if you don't do it across the whole entire state, it's not fair. We can't do it in certain little sections here and there. We can't do it like this. So you even voted to take away the raise from people that were already getting it. You voted to take that money away from them, the money that they were getting at that time. They had it for 3 months, and you took it away from them. So the people said they heard your message. They got an initiative petition together, and they got the signatures to put on the ballot to raise the minimum wage across the state. They did it in a very thoughtful way. They did it over a 5-year period to $12 an hour. Very, very thoughtful. And quite frankly, you probably can't live on $12 an hour anyway. They did this. They went through all the trouble, the aggravation, and you come out with over 62% of the vote of the people, a bipartisan vote of the people to raise the minimum wage in this state. And now what we're trying to do here, the same that's been going on with clean and other things that the people have passed, we're trying to take away from them what they voted for. Little by little, we're trying to take away these things from these folks. This is crazy. I mean,
But Mr. Speaker, if we want to level the playing field here, we've got a couple options. One, we can level the playing field by overturning the will of the voters, and by decreasing, ultimately, the pay of folks who are not making much money to begin with. Or we can level the playing field in the other direction, which is we as a body can and should pass a bill this year that says we're going to pay public employees the same amount of money that we're requiring private employers to pay their employees.